Hey guys, this is Rob here again today. So today we're going to talk about a new RDA that I did get. We're going to review it. And this RDA did come from 88evape.com, and I will put a link in the description down below so you guys can check out their website. Once again, I really do like 88evape's prices. I like their items. All their items are good quality, and they do have fast shipping. So I do highly recommend checking out 88evapes if you like to buy clones and use clones. So this RDA is called the Hobo version 2.1, and there it is right there. This is the stainless steel Hobo version 2.1. So you can run this in single mode, you can run this in dual mode, and you can run this in quad mode. It does have two airflows coming through the top, does have airflow coming in through the side. Now, in my opinion, this is not for the cloud chasers. This is a little bit more for the flavor people that are going for flavor. It does produce a good amount of vapor production also, but it's mainly, in my opinion, which vaping is, subjective. Everything's subjective in vaping, but this does have some real good flavor. So let's go ahead and dive down on the table and let's take a look at this bad boy. Okay guys, here is the Hobo version 2.1, and the container that it did come in this nice tin can container with a see-through front. It's got some plastic on the see-through, real nice little packaging design right there. You take the lid off over there, and there's the Hobo right there. Now this did not come with a drip tip, it just came with just the Hobo 2.1 itself, and it did come with this nice little package of extra O-rings, the screwdriver, an Allen key for the grub screws, come with Phillips head screws, and then we also it did also come with another set of little screws right here. So it does have plenty of screws to use on this RDA here. So let's go ahead and take this out here. Now, I did not put the other screws. If you want to take your grub screws out, I recommend using these screws right here to be able to get them all in there. These, you can use the bigger screws on the outer, the negative post, and use these for the positive post. I did not do that. I just used the center post. Let's go ahead and take this all apart here. Right here. So this here is all the pieces. So you got 4 pieces to this thing. This is a real nice little design of an for the RDA right here. So basically, you do have your deck right here. I do have coils in there, but I did take the cotton out so we can look at the well right here. Now this does have a nice little deep well up inside there, nice and deep. So it'll hold quite a bit of juice in this thing. Now what I like to do is just leave the cotton just barely touching inside there, so it'll just wick up into it. I do have a dual 26 gauge coil in this right here. As you can see, you do have the T-post center, and then the outer ones are all milled in. The negative posts are all milled into the deck. Real neat little design. And then you do have the little an insulator right there, a little black insulator right there. Now, once again, I do have 26 gauge in here. I believe you can get at least 20 gauge in here. I got 26 in there now. I think you can get some 22, maybe 20 gauge in there. And as you guys can tell, I do have Phillips. Now, I believe you use the bigger ones for the negative, be fine. Then you use the smaller ones, which I didn't do that. I already built this thing, and then I decided at the end I didn't want the grub screws, so I just wanted to throw in the regular screws, which that's what these smaller screws would be for your center post, because with the bigger ones I was only able to get one with a grub screw in there. There is a grub screw in that one there. So my next build, I will take this out and then I will put those two smaller Phillips in there, and then the bigger ones on the outer for the negative. Alright, so you do have a nice little O-ring right in there, and then this is all knurled right here, so it gives it so you got something to grip onto. Now this does say made in USA, it does have the serial number 0164, and it does have copper center post right here. Now I did tighten this up. This this is not really adjustable. If you loosen this, you'll be loosening up your T-post. So I tightened this up real tight to keep my T-post from moving when I was building my coils and tightening my coils down on there. Alright, so you can swivel that if you want. Some people say that they like the idea of turning it so they can meet up with their coils, but I would rather meet my coils up with this all nice and tight, in my opinion. I don't really want my coils to be having to make my coils to go along with the spinning T-post. So you can tighten that down, and you will tighten up the T-post. So that's a good deal there. Or you can leave it looser, and so you can move it around however you want. So it does have nice deep wells in there, really nice little size holes in there. Like I say, this is not going to be for your cloud chasers. This is going to be more for the flavor chasers. And what I do is I put the coil in there, and then I tilt the coil down so I can put my cotton in there and get it into the put the cotton down into the well right there, so it'll wick up. So you got that, and then you have this is the next ring. Now this actually does have threads on it. This actually threads on to the base here. So you just take it and it threads right on. Right there. So you don't get any leaking because of all the O-rings. And you can fill this baby up if you want. Fill it up with tons of juice if that's what you want to do. So anyway, as you can tell, the coils do sit right there. They do sit there. You do got the slits. They pretty much line up. If you try to center your coils for the most part, these will line up every time. You don't have to worry about the slots not lining up. You do have two nice little O-rings here for the top cap, and the top cap does have 3 holes, so you could do single mode here, or you can do dual mode right there. So let's put it on there. That'd be for your dual mode. Got a hole on that side, hole on that side, and then you can take this off, and then if you want to just run a single mode, you just put that on there. Now you got single mode, and everything else is closed off. If I can get it sitting right. Yeah, that's it. Everything else closed. So you got single mode, and then you do have these 2 holes at the top, which then you have 2 holes in your top ring also, and that's how you get your quad coils. You got airflow coming in from the tops for 2 coils, and then you got airflow coming in the sides for the other 2. Now you can either have this open like this, or you can just spin it and close it, so now you only got 1 hole open for a single coil. You can leave it closed, and then you can put these 2 here on there for the sides. Now you got for dual coil, or if you got quad coils, you can just line this up with the holes, and now you got air coming in from the top for 2 of your coils, and the air coming in the sides for the other 2. And then this has a nice little engraving here with the pole and bag right here, with which also goes to 2 lines, which is just basically the H for Hobo, and then you got your stick and bag on there for Hobo. So this did not come with a drip tip, but this is a real nice little RDA. I've really been enjoying it for the flavor. And it does do a pretty good, decent amount of vapor production. It's not like once again, it's not a cloud chasing RDA. It's just that it is a real nice little RDA. So let's go ahead and thread this back on here. Alright, let's go ahead and take the ring off here so we can get this wicked up. I will show you how I wick this. It's pretty simple. We'll thread this back on. Give it a little bit of a shot. Make sure the coils are right, since I have been playing with this. This is a little bit. There we go. They look pretty even to me. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some cotton on this baby. Just going to take this little piece of cotton here that I've already kind of rolled out a little bit already. We're going to take a little bit of it. And we'll take it. I just like to roll it in my hands a little bit. So we got that piece there. And then we'll take another piece. We'll roll it. I just kind of take it like this. Like this, and just kind of roll it in my hands. Nothing fancy. And then we'll go ahead and kind of get this a little bit here. And then we'll go ahead and poke that into the coil. Go ahead and pull this down some. Hold the coil in place, pull that down. There we go. And we'll take the same thing to this other piece here. Put that down into the coil. Grab a hold of it. Pull it down in there. Hold the coil. Go ahead and pull that down in. Basically it. Back it off a little bit. Always like to back it off. And then we'll get our clippers here, and we'll go ahead and clip these off. Go ahead and clip the top off, way up there at the top. Clippers are getting a little bit old. Go ahead and peel that off the rest of the way. There we go. Fluff that up. Take this one, do the same thing. Clip that off about right there. Pull the rest off. Pretty much simple. I like to have just a little bit coming off to the top. And we just want to have just enough to get down in the base. I don't like to overfill the base with cotton. I want it to be able to wick up. That looks about good there. So we just got just a little bitty piece here. Should be using scissors for this and not these things. Get this in there. And then we'll cut that right about there. Kind of rip it off a little bit. So there we go, and then I just take the cotton, I just kind of poke it in there. So that way it'll wick up from the juice well. Same way with this side, just poke it in there so it'll juice up from the well. So that's basically it. So let's go ahead and get some White Label Juice Company juice on here. Get some old custard scotch on here. Get everything juiced up real good. And what I like about this, it does have that well, so you can actually just get quite a bit of juice in there, however you want to do it, and it's going to stay in there from that well. Kind of push everything over to the center for now. Take the middle section, put the middle section on there. it down. Put a little more juice on there, and this is what I like. I can just sit here and just pour this juice in however I want to do it. Got that nice well. It's not going to leak all over the place. And then you take your top, line up for your dual coils. Let's fire this a little bit here. Producing good. Line up the coils. Go ahead and get this coil a little bit less there. Okay, line it up. Push it down. Did not come with drip tips, so I'm using one of my own drip tips here. And let's go ahead and bring this back up, talk on it, vape a little bit more. Alright guys, so that was the review of the Hobo version 2.1, and this did once again come from 88evape.com, and I will put a link in the description down below so you guys check out their website. Now I gotta say, I have no cons whatsoever with this RDA. It's real nice, good flavor production, and a decent vapor production. I really like it because it's got the unique design. I always have all the holes wide open, the top holes and the side holes, so I get plenty of vapor production, because the holes aren't real big of holes for the airflow, so you can open them all up and still have good flavor. Let's go ahead and give it a hit. Oh yeah, butterscotch custard. I mean, I can taste the butterscotch and the custard on this juice with this RDA. Can get both flavors. A lot of times on juices, it's got multiple flavors. You're going to get one more than the other, depending on how hot your coil is, how cool the coil is, the airflow, stuff like this. This one actually does work real well for the flavor for both circumstances, and it has a nice little deep well, so you can get yourself quite a bit of juice in there. So, alright guys, that is the review, Hobo version 2.1. Do I recommend it? I recommend it for the guys that do like, or the guys and girls that do like the flavor production RDAs. And I also recommend it for the guys that like, and girls that like a little bit of vapor production and a little bit of flavor. So it's going to give you both worlds. So alright guys, till next time.